want to. You got a real death wish, boy, don't you? Hip hop strikes back, feel the vibe. I am the piranha, eating the beat alive. Stick your hand in the tank if you want to. You got a
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to our next episode of Don't Do That on Mad as Hell Monday.
We mad as hell.
Mad as hell. Hope y'all had a great weekend, safe weekend. Obviously you ain't gonna have a warm one if you've been up here. And sadly to those in North Carolina are not gonna have a warm one either, since they're still displaced in their home, without a home. So let's get this started. Let's go ahead and get 16 on here. I have a couple of them. One of them is the House Republican says that California shouldn't get its disaster relief unless state changes up some of their policies. And then we have the court file, plea deal in works for Detroit pastor accused of rape in Oakland County. And I have my own special little Don't Do That as well, trying to keep it true and blue to it. So at the end I'll have my Don't Do That.
I do have some entertainment news, but there's so much stuff going on. I got some serious stuff that I gotta lay on y'all too, man. We got the wildfires going on, all types of celebrities losing their homes,
all types of regular people losing their homes as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole debate about that going on, and I mean, let's see, we got Ahsoka season 2 coming up.
Yes.
I got some updates on that. Skeleton Crew is about to be done. Creature Commandos is done. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about, man. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
And Smoke of the Ep.
Smoke of the Ep.
Smoke of the Ep. My spectacles back on. This is a new one from House of Dank. That is my spot. Okay. It's going to be hype sticks infused. It's going to be. Oh shit.
Ooh, this is good too. I like this one.
I can't read it.
What's
PB.
this?
Oh, it looks like PB&J.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter jelly time.
So, we'll go ahead. My eye keeps watering. Let's just go ahead and start off with the fire when it comes to certain things. Now, I don't agree with all of it, but there are some things that we should probably discuss. Now, House Republican says Californians shouldn't get disaster relief unless state changes policies. There should be consequences. Representative Warren Davidson, he's a Republican out of Ohio, said disaster relief should be withheld from California as fires ravage the southern part of the state, unless the state implements policies he wants it to. A series of fires that had broke out, killing at least 10, obviously just destroying everything.
Yeah.
Now, some Republicans have seized on the catastrophe to blame the state's Democratic leadership, especially Governor Gavin Newsom, who is widely expected to run for president the next term. I haven't done my research on this man. I just know that there's various sides of this man is a piece of shit. He's a good one. I mean, they're politicians. Now, Davidson appeared on Friday morning with Mariah on Fox Business, where he was asked, the lawmaker, about spending a bill that Congress must pass before government funding runs out in March. Have you and your colleagues started talking about the next steps in terms of the Los Angeles wildfires? She had asked him. Some analysts believe that the next step is going to be to enactment of disaster legislation to pay for the rebuilding of this infrastructure. Now, he states, well, we included disaster relief for North Carolina and Florida, which they're still displaced. In North Carolina with 10 inches of snow and a cold of 28. But apparently other people are more important than they are. But we'll move on. in the wake of the hurricane recently in East Tennessee. He replied, and no doubt we need to address fires, but the problem with California is forestry management, which part of it is state owned and most of it is also federally owned. So the federal government has to implement rules and regulations on that, but you know, there's other things such as tribes that live there and all that other good jazz. So if you don't implement policies to protect the people, what do you do? Now, he said if they want the money, then there should be consequences where they have to change their policies. California wants the money without changing the policies that are making the problem bad or worse, and I don't see how Republicans could possibly support that. I mean, we support the people that are plagued by disaster, but we have to put pressure on the California government to change course here. I don't agree on not helping those. I don't agree on that. Everybody deserves the help, and they do put in the majority of the taxes because they're one of 5 states, just one of 5 states. So, you know, that's partially where I think they need to kind of back that ass up a little bit. You're not the only one who pays into that. You're not the only big state that pays into that. At the end of the day, how to put it without kind of sounding complete dickish, is you're blessed with warmer weather than those that are still displaced from fucking hurricane. You have people that live in a state that gets snow, still living in tents. You know, who would have thought that a hurricane would have reached up there? You know, I'm sure people would have had insurance if that was the case. Now the problem in this part is, granted, you live in a state that can be ravaged by fires, that's known for fires, just like living in Florida, known for hurricanes, and all these other places, you're known for disasters. I don't agree that the insurance companies do not have that covered, because if you're paying for insurance, you're paying for stuff like that, regardless of whether or not you're in a high volume area of where disasters occur. Doesn't mean you don't deserve the help. Insurance companies should have never taken that out, regardless of whether or not they're a high risk area or not. That just means they need to pay more money if you're in a high risk. But you choose to also live in areas in which you know are problematic. Again, not saying you don't deserve the help, but you kind of put yourself into that situation yourself. Now, people talk about the empathy and how they feel sorry for some of the celebrities there.
Now,
I don't.
Before we go into how the poor people are like, or the middle class people are like, oh, well, they're celebrities, fuck them, they have a lot of money. Before we go into that, let me just say that some of the celebrities that are involved in losing their homes, and yeah, I get it. You know that this area is known for brush fires and all that type of stuff, and you still live there anyway, so this is what could happen, and you got millions of dollars or whatever, so you can replace it. You got, yeah, so, okay. Mel Gibson, Anthony Hopkins, Anna Faris, Paris Hilton,
Leave her out of it.
Billy Crystal, Mel Gibson, John Goodman. I mean, at the end of the day, whether or not these people are extremely wealthy, they may have spent time in these spaces, had memories in these spaces. They're human just like we're human. Right. So let's not get all into the, oh, well, they're rich and we're poor, and so they shouldn't care as much, because they had memories with their families just like we have memories with ours.
Exactly.
It's just they had them in a higher
the thing is you
tax
do have
bracket type house.
You have the assholes that are out there that are like, you shouldn't feel sorry for them at all or anything. Now, there's a difference between, and there's people that don't even show empathy towards the situation. That's what's important. But there is a difference between feeling sorry for somebody, genuinely sorry, like
I'm not sending no money.
No, wait. Like that. No, there's a difference between feeling sorry, genuinely feeling sorry, like you know they lost every single thing they had in life.
Oh yeah.
Right?
One house.
One house, exactly. The only house they got. Right? Okay. Now then there's a difference of feeling empathy. You can feel sorry to a certain extent, but then you can sit there and be like, but you know what? they'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you lost everything, you know, excuse me, a third of what you own, if that, and a few memories here and there, which you have several other destination lifestyles to be able to have memories, Paris Hilton, that your parents paid for. But I get it. But I feel more sorry for those that had no idea that the fire was taken off of their insurance. Okay, they can't come back from that. Now, I feel even sorry for those too, because at the end of the day, I'm sorry, you are second stop to those who need help. I'm sorry. But there's people that are still needing help that have been hit from that hurricane last year. So, should I feel sorry for those? No. Or no, because I know you can rebuild. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're alive. Okay, that's a big difference. I feel empathy for you.
Shout out to the families of the celebrities who were, whose stuff was destroyed in the fire, because the only thing I can think of, because I'm me, okay? So I'm gonna let you know how 16 Icon is cut. Just because I'm me, if I was a celebrity, okay, I would want people to, like, just feel me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like just sitting in this room right now, I have a bunch of action figures that I collected throughout my collection for the last probably 6 or 7 years, okay? Yeah. Lots of money, lots of nostalgia, lots of, I love this stuff, this is my shit, right? To have it go up in flames, whether I was a celebrity or not, and I can recoup all of it, that's crazy.
It is crazy. It is very crazy.
So I feel y'all. Now, on the level that she said, I empathize. But knowing that you're a celebrity and knowing that if you're smart, you've made the right investments and you already have other homes available, as long as no one was physically hurt,
you're fine.
You're gravy. Now there are people that
have lost their lives.
People that lost their homes in, like, I don't know, Katrina and stuff like that, who were regular people who literally lost
everything.
So that's where she's coming from.
Now, I would never wish harm on anybody. You know, again, I do feel sorry or empathy or whatever, however you feel it. I feel extremely sorry for those that are going to struggle to rebuild themselves up. So instead of feeling sorry, feel empathy, but also look towards some of these actors and actresses and ask them, so what do you plan on doing? Now that you are one of us. Oh, that's right. You'll never be one of us because you have several homes to be able to reside in, lay your head in. Are you going to help those that are displaced? Because you have the ability to do so.
You got another one on this one? You're done?
I got one more after this, but I'm done with that.
Okay, well, yeah, go ahead with that then.
Okay.
Because we don't want to have the episode be too long because we value your time.
Okay, so we do have court file. Defense offers plea deal for Detroit pastor accused of rape in Oakland County. Now, the attorney for the prominent Wayne County pastor accused of raping a minor in Farmington Hills has proposed a plea deal to settle the case, officials say. Reverend Kenneth Flowers.
Reverend
Kenneth Flowers. Oh, by the way, he's out on bail. Job, guys. Congratulations. Let's just slap the victim in the face. Good job. Why are we allowing... He is from Greater New Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church. 2 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct against a teen boy in December 20th, 23, as well as kidnapping him. Now, mind you, that is the lesser of what he's going to be charged for. What he's originally charged with was third-degree criminal sexual conduct and assault with intent to commit sexual penetration. His warrant was amended in late October. He waived the right to a preliminary exam in district court, and the pretrial hearing scheduled for the 9th is now moved to the 30th.
Wow.
And his court file states that a plea and settlement is being worked on. Why? Why or why? If he's fucking guilty, why? So you allow, this is the problem right here. Right here. You allow these nasty, disrespectful, hurtful, molestating ass people, pedophiles, just say screw it, go ahead, pay your little bond, we'll make a plea deal with you, and you can get right back out on the streets and do it again. So eventually people are going to get tired of this, because this is, how many churches so far have we talked about with this? And it's not even just the Catholic Church, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna give y'all some
Why
game.
are we allowing this?
Look, I'm gonna give y'all some game. My grandma, God rest her soul, my grandma told me years ago, you don't have to go to church to believe in the Lord. You can have church in your closet.
All you need is 2 or more, and it states that right in the Bible.
You can believe without going around a congregation of people that are, you know, might be into some weird stuff. You can just believe.
Right, that's all you need.
And read the word and practice being a good person. You don't have to be around a bunch of distrustful.
You don't have to be a good person. You don't have to be a godly person or a God-fearing person to be a good person. You don't have to be a religious person to be a good person.
Okay.
I know plenty of religious people out here that are not, not religious, not religious, and they're not out here touching little boys.
Well, let me just
or
do
girls.
this real quick.
But yeah,
Let
that
me
was
do
my
this real quick. Okay.
That was my last one. Besides my don't do that.
Okay, so you got to don't
I just
do that.
gotta don't do that real quick.
All right, so I'm just gonna give you an update on Ahsoka season 2. Ahsoka season 2, which stars Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano, will have Ewan McGregor coming into the series. They're gonna do a second season of Ahsoka, and they're gonna turn up the heat on the Clone Wars live action interpretation flashbacks.
Nice.
And they're going to have, of course, Ben Kenobi's going to go in full Clone Wars Kenobi armor, along with Hayden Christensen being Anakin,
Nice.
and Ariana Greenblatt being the young Ahsoka Tano. Those were some of my favorite scenes in Ahsoka, so I'm excited to see that, and I just wanted to let y'all know. Oh, and old boy that, I can't remember his name right now, but old boy that played the Hound on Game of Thrones
hilarious too.
is taking over the role that Ray Stevenson, God rest his soul, R.I.P. Ray Stevenson was Balin Skoll on the Ahsoka series, and they're going to have the Hound take over for his good friend Ray Stevenson in the Balin Skoll role. So be looking out for that on Disney Plus.
Alright, so don't do that. Now, again, I need everybody to remember when we don't do that. This is not directed towards people, but if the shoe fits, sweetheart, wear it. So, at the end of the day, it comes down to whenever I go out or we go out to any establishment and whatnot, and we just see how management works. And I see so many places that are just so, wanting to quickly hire managers that they hire terrible ass managers. Some of them not so terrible, but some of them terrible. They be so short staffed. Be like, dang, the manager's in here. You try to get a hold of them. Or they call off all the time. Or they always have certain situations their availability isn't open. If you're going to be a manager, your availability needs to be fully 100% open, period, point blank, end of story. If you don't like it, that's just too bad, don't deal with it. If you're not fit to be a manager, don't be a manager. Don't waste anybody's time. Because not only are you wasting corporate time, you're wasting their time. So we will see you next time, guys, on the next episode of Don't Do That.
Don't do that.
Wednesdays. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and get notified so you know when the next episode does drop. So we will see you next time. Peace.